Hello and welcome to Circle Time. Sue, how are you today? Well, is it hard sometimes to wait? That's what we're going to talk about today, Sue. W is for wait. We're going to read a book. It's about Daniel Tiger, and he has to wait for his turn for show and tell. We're also going to make a clock, and we're going to learn how to use the North Star to tell direction. So let's get started right away. Sue, I think Fred is waiting on us. So let's feed him right now. Hi, Fred. Okay, so now that we've fed Fred, let's turn around and see what day it is. The month is December, and how are we going to count the numbers? We're going to nod our head. So can you nod as you say the numbers with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Today is December 5th. Can you say today's date? December 5th. If you want to know what day of the week it is, go up to the top. It starts with a T, and I know that T says t, t, t. So what day is it today? It's Tuesday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Well, it's time to look outside the window and see what your weather's like today. Is it sunny, cloudy, rainy, windy, snowy, stormy? When I do like this, just shout it out, whatever it is. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? It is out today. It is out today. Well, let's dress Weather Bear. We're going to put on some long pants for Weather Bear. And we're going to put a long sleeve sweater on. And we're going to put Weather Bear's coat and hat because it's cold today. And what is the season? The season is fall. It's feeling more like winter, and it'll be winter soon. Well, that was our calendar and weather time. And now it's time for our letter of the day. Today's letter is the letter W. Do you have a W in your name? If your name has letter W, stand up. If your name has letter W, stand up. If your name has letter W, if your name has letter W, if your name has letter W, stand up. Well, today W is for wait. We are going to wait to decorate our letter W. We'll do that at the end of our class today. So let's just jump right into handwriting time. So the way that you write W is you start at the top and you go down and up and down and up, just like that. Can you make a big letter W? You can use your own paper or whiteboard. You can use this handwriting paper, or you could even skywrite if you don't have any paper at all. Down and up, down and up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You can practice writing your big letter W's today, and you can also practice the small letter W. It looks the same. It's just smaller, so you're just going to go down and up and down and up, just like you did before. If you're using handwriting paper, then the small W will go downstairs. So find the stairs, and that's where small W belongs. Down, up, downstairs. Okay, well, I know that you are doing a great job. You're listening and you're learning reading and you're going to practice those W's. Here's a sticker for your handwriting paper. And now it's time for us to talk about the sound that W makes. W makes this sound. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Put your lips like this. Make them make a circle. And then just hum. Ooh, ooh, ooh. W says ooh, 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 as in wake up. Can you do that? Let's pretend that we're going to sleep. W says ooh, 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 as in wake up. Well, let's play the wake up game. Let's pretend that we're going to sleep and then listen for the bell to beep, 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 beep. And that means it's time to wake up. Are you ready? Good night. Beep, 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 beep. Wake up, wake up. It's time for school. It's time for school. Let's do that again. Letter W says, ooh, 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 as in, wake up. Let's go to sleep. Good night. Beep, 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 beep. Wake up, wake up. It's time for school. It's time for school. Maybe you want to continue playing the wake up game today. It's very fun and you can play it with your family, your brothers or sisters or your mom. Well, now we know what letter W sounds like. So next we're going to use it for blending. Who can tell me what the vowels are? A, E, I, O, U. You want to help me sing? A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. Well, we're going to put W with each of those vowels, and we're going to blend the sounds together. Have the Vowel People stick puppets to remind us of the vowel sounds. We know what W says. W says, ooh, 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 as in wake up. And A says, ah, as in achoo. So put those sounds together. Ooh, ah, wah, wah, wah. Let's put a letter G at the end. Do you remember what letter G sounds like? Like gulping water. Wag, wag, wag. Like a dog that wags its tail. Wag. Okay, next we have W with E. E looks like, oh man, E's ear. And E says, eh, ooh, eh, weh, weh. Let's put a letter T at the end. And we know what letter T sounds like a ticking clock. T, t, t. Wet, 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 wet. Next we have letter I, and I looks like an icky sticky lollipop. Eh, ooh, eh, weh, weh. Let's put a letter N at the end. Letter N says as in no. Win, win, win. Like you win the game. Now we're just going to blend with the last two. We won't read a word with these. W says woo, and O says ah, woo, ah, wah. And U says, oh, he has a tummy ache. Woo, whoa, whoa. Well, you did a great job today with our blending time. Well, with our whole letter time, letter recognition, handwriting, phonics, blending, reading. Now it's time for math. And for math today, we're going to be telling time to the hour. We're going to help this tiger find the correct clock. So take a look at this. This says 2 o'clock. So I know that 00 means o'clock. We learned that in a previous lesson. And I know that the way you show a clock on a clock is that the long hand points to the 12. The first number here, which is 2, tells me where the little hand or small hand should be pointing. So find the clock that has the small hand pointing to the 2 and the long hand pointing to the 12. Is it clock A, B, or C? Can you find the clock? It's A. The small hand is pointing to 2 and the long hand is pointing to 12. That means 2 o'clock. Let's do the next one. All right, this time we want to find 4 o'clock. So the long hand should be pointing to the 12, and it is on all the clocks. So let's look at the shorthand. Which one of these shorthands is pointing to number 4? Is it A, B, or C? It's B. There's number 4. Okay, let's do the next one. This time we're going to be looking for 1 o'clock. Remember, the shorthand should be pointing to the 1. I'll circle the numbers the shorthand is pointing to just to make it easier for you to see. Is it clock A, B, or C? B. B is showing 1 o'clock. So let's click B. Okay, now let's look for 11 o'clock. We're going to look for 11 o'clock. So that means the little hand should be pointing to the 11. Is it clock A, B, or C? B. B is the correct clock. Good job. Well, you did a great job. We were telling time to the hour, and sometimes, I want time to go faster. It's hard to wait, isn't it? Well, today for our science or social studies time, we're going to talk about having to wait, but something is going to be worth the wait in our lesson today. So let me show you this ball. This is a ball of the world. And what if I want to travel somewhere in the world? How would I know direction or which way to go? Well, one thing that I can use to help me is a compass. This is a compass. I see some letters on the compass. The letter N means north. Can you say north? North is this way. The letter S means south. Can you say south? South is this way. The letter E means east. Can you say east? East. East is this way. There's our letter of the day, W, and W stands for west. Can you say west? West is this way. But what if I don't have a compass and I want to know which way to go? I need some help with directions. Well, then I'll have to wait. But when it gets nighttime, there's something in the sky that can help me know which way to go. So I'm going to snap. Oh, and look, we're outside and it's nighttime and I see some stars. I actually see some pictures in the sky. Well, when stars make a picture or pattern, we call those constellations. This picture looks like a big spoon. We call it the Big Dipper. And this one looks like a small spoon. We call it the Little Dipper. Now, it's easier to find the Big Dipper in the night sky because it's bigger. So if you find the Big Dipper shape in the sky, just look up and nearby, and you'll probably be able to spot the Little Dipper. The Little Dipper is made of 6 stars. The Little Dipper is made of 7 stars. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th star is the brightest of all the 7, and this one is called the North Star. So if you can find the North Star, it will help you know which way to go, which way is north. Let me show you what I mean. So here's the world again, and that North Star is located right here at the top in the sky above the North Pole. It's always right there in the sky. It doesn't change. So no matter where you are in the world, if you can find the North Star, then you know that direction is north because it's always right here above the North Pole. So if you're over here, you can see north. here, north, here, north. It's a constant in the sky helping you know which way is north, and that'll help you find out the other directions, south, east, and west. Well, that was fun, and now it's time for art. So we're going to head over to the art table and make a clock. Let's go. For art today, we're going to make a clock. You can get this printable and you can cut and glue the numbers, or you could draw your own clock and write the numbers. I also glued the hands and drew the hands. And so sometimes we want time to go faster. It's hard to wait. Today for art, we made a clock. So here's my clock again, and I just wanted to show you, you need to put 12 at the top and then just start counting in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is at the bottom. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then you're back where you started at number 12. Well, it's time for story time, and Daniel Tiger is going to have to wait. The name of our story today is Daniel Tiger's Show and Tell Day. Hello, neighbor. Today, it's my turn for show and tell at school, said Daniel Tiger. Daniel looked around his bedroom for something he could share at show and tell, but he couldn't find anything he wanted to bring. Daniel spotted his baby sister Margaret in the kitchen. That gave him an idea. Can I take Margaret for show and tell? Daniel asked his dad hopefully. Dad Tiger giggled. Margaret is too little to go to school, he replied. Okay, I'll keep looking. Daniel was determined to find something tiger-tastic to bring to show and tell. Daniel went back into his bedroom and took another look around. Then he noticed an empty shoebox on the floor. Suddenly, Daniel had a terrific idea for show and tell. He would use the box to make a little bed for Tiggy. Daniel colored the shoebox and decorated it with stickers. Can you guess my favorite color? Asked Daniel. It's red. Next, Daniel added a fuzzy blanket to make it comfy cozy for Tiggy. Now all Tiggy needs is a little pillow, Daniel said. He wondered what he could use. I know, Daniel exclaimed, my sock. He rolled up one clean sock into a ball and placed it gently under Tiggy's head. Dad Tiger was impressed with Daniel's show and tell project. Great job, Daniel, he said. I can't wait to show my friends Tiggy's bed, and I can't wait to tell them all about it, Daniel cheered. Soon it was time for Daniel to go to school. I've got my lunch, my show and tell surprise, and my backpack. I have everything I need for school. Dad Tiger looked at Daniel proudly. Then let's go, my fuzzy guy. Daniel and Dad Tiger had to wait for the trolley to come and pick them up. Daniel and Dad Tiger buckled up on the trolley, and the trolley rolled through the neighborhood. While they were waiting for the trolley to get to school, Daniel and his dad sang. When Daniel arrived at school, Teacher Harriet called the class over to the circle time rug. It's show and tell time. First, it was Katerina's turn. Daniel had to wait. For my show and tell, I brought a picnic basket, she said. It's special to me because my mama, that's my grandma, gave it to me. Is there anything inside? Jody asked. No, it's empty right now, but when we go for picnics in the park, I put lots of yummy food inside. Meow, meow. Finally, it was the moment Daniel had been waiting for, his turn for show and tell. This is Tiggy's bed. I made it out of a shoebox. Then I added a fuzzy blanket, and I made a pillow for Tiggy out of my sock. Everyone loved seeing what Daniel had made. They had a lot of questions about it. Does Tiggy like to sleep in his bed? Yes, watch this. Daniel tucked Tiggy into his cozy shoebox bed. Good night, Tiggy, he said. What's that part on the side? Jody asked. I colored that part red because red is my favorite color. And then I put some stickers on the top, Daniel explained. After show and tell had ended, it was time for lunch. Crunchy carrots, Daniel said. Yummy. Daniel had a terrific day. When I couldn't find something I wanted to bring for my show and tell, I made something, he said. And it was worth the wait. The end. Well, we had to wait to decorate our letter W. Daniel colored his box his favorite color red. Let's color our W our favorite color. My favorite color is green, so I'm coloring my W green. What's your favorite color? Okay, well, I hope you had some fun today. W was for wait. And Sue, we have to wait until tomorrow to see our friends again. But I hope you'll join us once again where we try to make learning fun. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.